Dominique, the Nourishing Mystic, and today I wanted to talk about a metaphor that's been on my mind. Imagine that I have one apple tree in my backyard, and imagine that I decided to take all of those apples and juice them and then sell the juice to everyone in my neighborhood. And this would leave me with, some profit. And when the season of apples is over with and everyone's drank their apple juice, there's nothing left until my apple tree, goes through the next season of apples. But let's say in this scenario, instead of doing that, I give every person in my neighborhood 1 or 2 apples, so they can enjoy an apple and they can also plant some of the apple seeds and plant their own apple trees. And then everyone in the neighborhood has their own full tree of apples where they can make their own apple juice, and now the whole neighborhood has an abundance of apples and an abundance of apple juice. And if my neighbors in the situation also decided to spread the apple seeds, then we can see this abundance of food for everyone. And obviously this metaphor is not a real life application with all of the real life issues that you might come across, but it kind of gets the point across that in our society, we are at a point where we can make some major shifts and major changes happen. And we know that a lot of major changes need to happen. And one of the most pressing societal changes that I'd love to see is shifting from a me to a we mindset. So the me mindset right now is kind of where we're seeing the 1% having all of the wealth and all of the resources and living in this grotesque excess where it's beyond what any one person could ever need in their lifetime. While we also have people on our shared planet who are dying of starvation because they can't get what they need, and dying of diseases and drought and thirst. And it's really sickening. It really is just like one person is hoarding all of that wealth, and there are a lot of people who defend that, even who are not of the 1%, who are saying, oh, well, that's just the way things are. We don't have the time or the capability for change. And, oh, well, they worked hard, so they deserve that. And all of these kinds of excuses, rather than addressing the main point that, again, the person who is hoarding their apple tree is a selfish person and doesn't need to hoard it. So there's a thought right now that we don't have enough to go around. There's a scarcity mindset. And certainly if one person is hoarding the apple tree and there's no more apples, then there is a scarcity. But there doesn't have to be. If we could shift to a we mindset, to a sharing mindset, and eventually to what I would love to see being a sharing, or also called a gift economy, we start to see an abundance being created. I do believe that the earth is abundant in resources, and there is enough to go around as long as we're thinking of the we. We're thinking of our community. We're not just thinking of me, my needs, how can I make more money? I need to hoard everything for myself, because if I don't hoard, there's not enough to go around. So the thought would be like, oh, I just need to keep all of my apples to myself and not share with anyone else because, hey, there's not enough apples to go around. But actually, if I shared my apples and we all were able to have apple trees, now we have an abundance. We have more than enough to go around. So that is just kind of something that's been on my mind that I was thinking of, because it feels like right now the selfishness of the me mindset is also causing the deterioration of our planet, of our climate, of our natural resources that we are just trying to feed. And in this case, I'm not even talking about individuals, I'm talking about countries that have food waste, really disgusting levels of food waste. So again, even on a country level, we see this imbalance and this inequality where so much is being produced and yet it's wasted. So it's not that there isn't enough to go around, or like some people might even be extreme and say, okay, well, population is the only problem that's causing climate change, so the solution to climate change is to limit population. And that's scary and could definitely lead to some terrible things, terrible dystopian futures. But instead, how about instead of the countries and people who are receiving this much and wasting it, we even it out so everyone gets what they need, and then there is enough going around. There isn't a scarcity. There actually could be an abundance. And through that thinking, that we can also help heal the earth and have a thriving, abundant earth. If we start thinking in terms of zero waste and thinking in more regenerative terms and looking at nature on its own is a zero waste regenerative system. So how can we apply these principles to our society so we can also, promote that regenerative system that nature wants to be abundant if we would get out of the way? The earth wants to thrive and be luscious, and we're the ones that are destroying those luscious jungles. And again, mostly destroying them for the wants of the few, the wants of the me, and not the wants of our entire society. I would love to see a society where the we includes the disenfranchised populations, where the we truly includes everybody, a we that is not ableist or sexist or racist or nationalist, where it is, if you are a person and a being that includes, animals, insects, all living life on earth should be included in the we mindset. When we go forward in our society, when we start making changes, as we continue to grow and develop new technology, I'd love to see us take the full we into account and not just the me being a single individual who's out to make more money, or a single country that is out to outdo every other country, or even the me being humans being better and more worthy than all the other life on earth. The we is all connected life on the planet. So let's shift from me thinking, me mindset, what is best for me, and start thinking in the we mindset, what is best for all, because we are connected to all. And then when we make that mindset shift, how much more can we all thrive? How much more can we promote life and abundance on earth. It's this thought that if any one of us on this planet is suffering, then we can't move forward to our best capacity and our best ability as a species. So again, that one person that you may not even think of or consider in a third world country who is starving, again, that person could be capable of new inventions and innovations and change that you couldn't even dream of yourself. So we tend to think of me, I'm superior, I'm more important, I'm better than, other people or other beings. But by their suffering, we're actually bringing down ourselves as well. So we're all brought down by the me mindset. Everyone ends up suffering down the line, down the chain. We're all suffering. But if we start thinking in the we mindset, let's all work together, let's all work so that everyone succeeds, we can create new and better things together than the me ever could have created by themselves. So that's a really big shift, and it is something I'd love to see for our future generations. It's a shift I'd like to see really start happening now, and to start happening in everything that we think of, just an entire mindset shift. So what do you think about this idea? Please leave your comment in the comment section below. I'd love some input and some feedbacks and some thoughts about this idea. And thank you all so much for your time, and blessed be.